Project Economy news, and the tourism industry had a banner month in October. Arrivals were up 13.6% and visitor spending increased nearly 25%. And our tourism-based economy goes the way of the global economy. So how's the world doing? Those are the subjects of today's UHERO report, the economic research organization at the University of Hawaii. And also this morning we're going to be talking about those new unemployment numbers that just came out. And joining us now is UHERO economist Sumner LaCroix. Good morning, Sumner, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Maha.
So 9.8% for the national unemployment, definitely not good. We're seeing that spike.
It's grim. And not only that, it also masks a harsher reality. There are all these people who are working part-time who want to work full-time. That's at a record high. We're also seeing, too, the number of long-term unemployed, people who've been unemployed more than 26 weeks. That's at a record high, and that's been quite persistent. It's a grim reality.
And it looks like their benefits may run out during the holiday season unless Congress changes its mind?
Unless Congress changes its mind, and I really think it should. This is really the best kind of stimulus to give unemployment benefits. And the reason why is as the economy revives, it automatically disappears.
So let's talk about something a little more positive, and we actually had some great tourism numbers in October.
The tourism numbers were great, up 14% for the entire state. The really good news there was that many of the tourists went to the neighbor islands. It's the neighbor islands that have really been suffering. They're way, way, way down. Not only that, but the tourists spent more. They stayed longer and they spent more. It's all good news. It's really good news.
And what's the prognosis for the world economy next year?
The prognosis for the world economy is that world economic growth is going to dip. It was in 2009. It was negative for the first time since the 1930s. It had a pretty strong recovery in 2010. Up to about 3.7%, but it's going to fall to 3.2% this year. And that shows some of the lingering stresses that are facing developed economies all around the world.
When you take a look at the individual economies in Asia and in Europe, there's huge differences, and why is that?
You know, the developed economies, Japan, Europe, and the United States, for a whole variety of reasons, are really lagging behind. Japan's having problems with an appreciating currency that's cutting off its exports. Europe is facing all these debt crises of the European governments. And in the United States, we're having just a lot of problems recovering from our financial crisis that really hit our banks so hard. We have a huge monetary stimulus coming next year. Maybe we'll see something good happen next year, but that's not really our prognosis.
And any bright spots out there?
You know, the developed economies, the rich economies are really struggling, but the developing economies are roaring along. If we look at China, India, Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America, they're all doing really well, and we should expect strong growth from those economies. That's good news for us because that may mean that we'll see some strong demand for our exports, and exports increases U.S. economic growth.
All right.
There's a few bright lights out there.
Sumner LaCroix, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to watch our UHERO report or any of our UHERO segments, they are posted on our website, KITV.com. Just go to the Project Economy section of KITV.com/thismorning.